Hey everyone, my name is Victor Dwyer, and today we're going to connect Amazon data to Google Sheets with Power My Analytics. Let's dive right in. So, this is Power My Analytics. This is going to be the connector between the Amazon and the Google Sheet today. So, what we're going to do is we're going to sign up with the same email that you're going to want to use for your Google Sheet today. So, it's very, very important that whatever account you log into your Power My Analytics account will be the same one with the Google Sheet data. Okay, perfect. So, if we were able to go on the back end of those Google Sheets or the back end of Power My Analytics, we'll be able to go in here and add a new data source. So we'll be able to go to sources and then we're going to click on new data source. And then this is going to be how we connect Amazon data. There's a lot of other data we can connect, but today we're going to connect Amazon. So we're going to be able to connect this. We're going to click Amazon and you'll be able to pick your marketplace. You're going to put your name and eventually you're going to do the sign in process and connect that particular Amazon account that you want to pull your data from. So you'll be able to sign in, a pop-up will happen and you just sign in and then it will authorize and it will connect the data source from there. Once you have the data source added successfully, you'll see a little one icon or however many accounts you have added. I have 21 in this case because I love data. So once that is connected, we're going to navigate up to Google Sheets. So once you click on the Google Sheet tab, which is right here, then you're going to make sure to press activate. So it's very, very important. Once you press activate, then you can start the Google Sheet process. So once you activate it, you can go into your Google Drive and you can just click on new Google Sheet from there. So this is going to be our new Google Sheet that we have. We can name this whatever we want, but in this case, I'm going to name this Amazon Test Sheet. Perfect. So this is the Amazon Test Sheet that we have. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Extensions, I'm going to go to Add-ons, and I'm going to press Get Add-ons. Okay, and from here, I'm going to do Power My Analytics, which is this one right here. And once you do that, you're going to click Install. And then you'll go through a pop-up screen and then you'll be good from there. Once you press Install on that, you're going to go to the Power My Analytics tab right here, and then you're going to press Login. And then once you do that login process, it's going to go through a pop-up right here, and everything will be all good. Perfect, and now I'm going to press refresh. Boom. And now if it was successfully done, you'll be able to see under extensions, it'll be Power My Analytics, and it'll say showed sidebar if it's successfully finished. So it's very, very important. You see how this Google Sheet says victordwyerv@gmail.com? It's very important that you use the same whatever the Google Sheet owner is the same one that is your Power My Analytics sheet with the Power My Analytics account is in. So that way you want one cohesive email address for all of these things to make your life easier. Believe me, you want it to be easy. So once that is finished, you're going to go back to extensions, you're going to go to Power My Analytics, and you're going to press show sidebar. Perfect. So once we are here, and it's finished, once it's done loading the reports, all your data sources are going to pop up of what you're going to press add report right here. And then you're going to go Amazon Seller in this case. So the difference between Amazon Ads and Amazon Seller will pull all the sales data for all the products, okay? And even if organic or sales data, and then Amazon Ads will only pull advertising data. So let's say if you get $100 in sales through the ads, but you get total of $1,000 just through organic of people purchasing your product just naturally, then it's only an Amazon ad, it's only going to record that $100. But an Amazon Seller, it'll record the full $1,000, including that ad amount. But to only get the ad data, that's going to be the Amazon ad part, and Amazon Seller data is going to get all your sales data. That's the difference. Okay, perfect. And then the account that you connected, I'm going to do, this is going to be the overall one. And then from here, I'm going to connect, okay. So I'm going to connect this test one. Okay, we got the account connected and we're all good. So this is an optional filtering status. If there's certain clients that we have that basically only report on certain shipping status. So if you report on only ones that are shipped or anything else like that, I like to keep it. I don't like to fill anything out here because it sometimes will skew the data. And Amazon's really finicky like that. So I'm gonna keep this like not. I'm not gonna touch this. But if you do report a certain level, like only on shipped products or things like that, you can customize that option. And then for the date range, I'm gonna do the last 30 days. We'll do year to date. We'll do year to date. So we're gonna click year to date. I'm gonna set this range. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in date here. And then once I have date in here, I'm gonna do item subtotal to get the sales data that I want. And then I'm gonna type in quantity to get the amount of orders that came through. And then I'm going to do the product name. So that way I know what product was sold. So that's going to cover most of the data that you're going to want just to get product by product sales. I'm going to order it by date. I'm going to limit to the max. So that way I know it's not going to do anything. I'm going to remove this show report header. Believe me, you're going to want to remove that. It's just going to make things a lot harder in the future. And then you can call this report name whatever. I'm going to just call this Amazon test. So I'm going to press create report, and then once it loads, it's going to pull in all this different data that's going to be very useful for us. Okay, so once your data populates, it'll look something similar to this. You'll have the product name populated. In this case, we had to take out the name of the products for this specific seller. So once you have the data, then what we're going to do is we're going to actually make it where this data is a little bit more useful so you can actually aggregate it in a way that makes sense for the human brain. So what we're going to go to the Insert tab, and then we're going to go to Pivot Table. And for here, for the range, I'm actually just going to select all of this. So it's just better because once new data gets added, you want to make sure the Pivot Table gets that. So once I do that, I'm going to press create sheet. And then once I have this, I'm going to go to add to the rows. And I'm going to do date. From there, I'm going to do values. I'm going to do, you can either do product name, you can do item subtotal, whatever you're interested in. I'm just going to do item subtotal in this case. And I'm going to do quantity. Okay? So now it's just aggregated in a way on a per day basis. But what I can do is I can actually set this column to I could format it as a date. So I'm going to go to format, I'm going to go to number, and I'm going to go to date. And once I do that, I can actually right click on this now. And I'll actually be able to create pivot date group. And what this is going to do, it's going to make it very nice and pretty of how you want the data to aggregate. So what that means is I can press month right now. And now I can see, oh, in January, I got $78,000 in sales. And then May, we got $83,000 in sales. And now we just had in May, we had a huge month. And you'll be able to see that from this type of view. And you can change this however you want to your heart's desire. So I can go through and I can say, rather than that, by month, I want to do it by quarter. How are we doing on a quarterly basis? Q2, we did a lot better in this case. So you'll be able to aggregate that data however you want. And you can get a little bit more, if you want to get marketing, more of like the marketing related stuff, you'll be able to see the day of the week, and you'll be able to see from this data that on Tuesdays, we get a lot more sales. Every Tuesday, around every Tuesday, we get a lot more sales, and during weekends, we practically get no sales. So like just from that data alone, you can create either multiple sheets of like multiple views that will keep coming in and compiling that data. Either that, or you can just keep changing the views however you want. So you'll be able to aggregate this and make it super actionable for you. And from there, you'll be able to make sure this data is constantly refreshed. You can just schedule a refresh, and you can schedule it to daily, weekly, however you want to do this, where the data will constantly keep scheduling every single time. And from there, you will have automatic Amazon Seller Central data right into Google Sheets where you can change it however you want. This is Power My Analytics. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.